The American people need to see us continue to fight for them. That's why we're doing the border security bill from yesterday, stock trading today, SAVE Act we're fighting through. I expect us to probably get the budget framework passed this week so we can get the first step of like 5 to see if we can get that done. But the American people expect us to deliver.
So I just want something really quickly. I mean, you keep talking about this border bill and Trump's immigration policy. Trump seems to be going at loggerheads with Mamdani right now, and Mamdani just released a video this morning where it's like this guy thinks he's president. You know, like the video is unbelievable, and he's sitting here saying like, you know, he's doing like almost a presidential address about arresting a foreign head of state. And I don't even care what you think about that foreign head of state, because I have some very strong feelings, but like, I don't even care what you think about it. Like, you're not allowed to do that. You're a derpy mayor that just got it. Like, you don't even go here. He doesn't even go here. Like, you just became a citizen like last week. And he's sitting here like saying like, I'm going to arrest a foreign head of state. This is insane. Like, it has to end. Like, these people are not Western, right? Like, their mindset isn't Western. This is not about like law and order, a separation of powers. And like, they really do have like third world groupthink and brain rot.
Yeah, look, I've been very public. I think Mamdani should be denaturalized and deported, and I think that's true. I think any sane country that has looked at what's been occurring in our nation since 9/11, when 19 hijackers overstayed visas, which, by the way, we put penalties in the bill yesterday in HR 2 on overstayed visas, and Democrats hate it, but attacked our country, the March of Islam, association with CARE, association with terrorist groups, violating probably the Logan Act and engaging in foreign policy as a mayor of New York, in direct, I think, contradiction of law. I mean, you can debate that one way or the other, but very clearly you know what he's up to. And this is somebody who was given the gift of naturalization. You don't have any right to that. That's the people of this country saying, okay, you know, we want people to be able to come benefit from being an American. And this guy is completely attacking everything good and great about our country. I mean, it's very clear and obvious. He saddles up the people who talk about waging jihad against the West and against America. And then he gets up and wants to go play Secretary of State in direct contradiction to our elected president and Secretary of State, talking about arresting Benjamin Netanyahu.
Meeting with Iran. The State Department had to stop it. Like, they came out and said that we stopped Mamdani from meeting with Iran. Right. Like, they just killed American citizens, American military members.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, and God rest their souls and thank those great patriots. And you know, but we just beat around the bush on this stuff. Like, look, they want to destroy our way of life. They do. They want the Judeo-Christian values upon which we were founded, the principles, our Constitution, the Declaration. It is reviled. And they will use the Constitution, they will use the First Amendment to kill us with it. And we either acknowledge that there's a war being waged against our way of life, or we will lose the war that is being waged against our way of life. And that's what I believe in. And again, a sane country wouldn't have imported 5 million people from majority Muslim countries since 9/11.
Yes.
We wouldn't have naturalized somebody now that is now the mayor of New York who wants to destroy our way of life and is cohorting with the enemy and saying that he's going to take into his own hands, arresting a head of state that is, by all accounts, an ally of the United States of America. We have lots of opinions we can share about what we're doing, how we're doing it in Israel, Iran, and I've got my own concerns. For example, as we vote for this budget resolution, and we're voting to fund the Defense Department, the War Department, to the tune of $83 billion between defense and intel. Well, I'm for that broadly because I want to restock our munitions. I want to do all of that. I want a strong position around the globe, and I want to support the president and Secretary Hegseth. I want to rebuild our military. I want to get it the best in the world. But we haven't had a full-throated debate about, are we at war with Iran or not? And is Congress backing it? We have not done that. Okay, I'm sitting here in this body, and I'll tell you right now, I'll debate anybody anywhere. We are only kind of acquiescing to the idea of being at war. If we're at war with Iran, let's own it and let's do what we need to do to have a goal, a mission, carry out the mission, win it, do what you need to do it, and then be done. But I don't want to see Americans dying with something we're not all committed to as Americans. And let's commit to it. Let's do it. Let's unite and go do whatever we're going to do, or let's not. So there's going to be a lot of debates coming up on the reconciliation bill because we're funding that stuff. The National Defense Authorization Act. I'm not sold on voting for that yet until I know what defense war is saying, what we're going to do about this war in Iran. We can have that debate a separate day. But my point is just this: Mamdani, he represents everything that is abhorrent about our broken immigration system, our weakness in the march of Islam in our country, and putting people in power that we're not willing to call out and even denaturalize and deport if they're carrying forward things that are against our country, undermining the Constitution and the rule of law.
Yeah, it's right there in the immigration documents and laws that have been passed by Congress. You're not allowed to naturalize communists. You can't do that. If you had an affiliation with a communist party, you're not allowed to become an American citizen. It's in the black and white. It's like in the law. It's American law. Right. Okay. Quick, just final follow up on that. Denaturalize and deport Ilhan Omar. What's your take on this? What's your take on your colleague?
So I would say that is certainly within the realm of possibility. I've seen her actions. I certainly think so. I think at the end of the day, that she's got all of the same qualities that I'm talking about with respect to Mamdani. What I'm seeing with Mamdani and sort of direct action, like this direct work and reaching out to Iran and calling for Netanyahu to be arrested, all of that stuff is just immediate and obvious. With Ilhan Omar, I think she represents a block of constituents in Minnesota that are going to replace her with someone basically the same. But we ought to deal with her and make sure that we investigate her fully, and where there's evidence connected to terrorist activity, connected to CARE, connected to the entities that are undermining our national security and our interests, then denaturalize and deport. By the way, we should denaturalize and deport lots of people. There have been lots of people who have been naturalized over the last 2 decades plus, probably longer, who shouldn't be in the United States. I don't mind saying that. And so, I think we should pursue all those options where we can.
Yeah. It's a great way to inspire good behavior, quite frankly, start seeing mass deportations. We can pray for that, maybe in my lifetime. Thank you, Chip. It was a fun conversation. Kind of wanted to just dive in deep on some of the stuff, and I appreciate it. I always appreciate you. Everybody should follow Chip Roy. I really hope that you get into the legislation writing business. I really hope you get into the advocacy for stuff like that. You're just very, very good at it. Man, I don't know what you're going to do next, but
it'll be good, and we'll be working together going forward. And I appreciate it. And I got four more months here to keep fighting, and then we'll have some fun. But best part is I'll be in Austin, Texas, with my son, my daughter, and my wife starting next January. But we'll be fighting from there.
Great. Whatever you do, don't start a podcast. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Chip. Thank you very much, Chip. I appreciate it. Godspeed, man.
God bless, Benny.